Hi, love. Welcome to your 30-minute practice. Go ahead and get started standing at the top of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips and really feel your feet connect downwards to the ground. Release the hands by the sides. Close the eyes. Find a little lift in the back of the skull. And welcome yourself here and now, making the clear and distinct transition from whatever you are doing up to this moment to arriving here now. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, relaxing the shoulders, the jaw. Again, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And slowly blinking your eyes open. On your next inhale, circling your arms overhead, looking up as your palms join together. And then exhale, tracing your midline, drawing the hands straight down center in front of the heart. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, coming right back down to the heart. Inhale, overhead. And this time as you exhale, bend the knees to fold forward at the hips, coming all the way down into a standing forward fold. From here, you'll take two fists to measure out the inner borders of the feet. That's your personal hips distance. Go ahead and bend your knees, grab a hold of your opposite elbows, and drop the head down. Shake your head yes, releasing the neck. Shake your head no, and then yes, one more time. Get the weight slightly forward into the balls of the feet, and you can begin to sway the torso from side to side, keeping that generous bend in your knees so that you're folding at the hips instead of straining the low back. Breathe in, breathe out. Come back to center. Switch the clasp of the elbows. The opposite forearm is on top. Keep a bend in the knees and bounce the torso up and down a few times, creating some buoyancy in the spine. And then release the hands to your low back. Interlace the fingers to the webbing. Bend the knees even more. As you inhale, stretch your chest forward away from your thighs. Keep the knees bent, the fingers interlaced, and exhale, fold over the legs. Release the muscles of the neck. If you need to shake it out again, you can. As you inhale, extend the knuckles up, and then exhale, tip your weight further forward into the fronts of the feet, broadening the collarbones, trying to keep an equal distance of the front body and the back body. Bend the right knee a lot. Take the knuckles over to the right and look up and under the left shoulder. Take a breath in here. Exhale, back through center. Switch, left knee bends. Look up and under the right shoulder. Stretch your knuckles away from you. And then come back to center and release the hands completely. As you inhale, climb the fingertips up towards the shins, straightening the arms and peeling your chest away from the thighs for a half lift. Exhale, fold into yourself, release the arms, release the head. Twice more. Inhale, lengthen the spine, drawing the rib cage in. Exhale, folding forward. Last time here. Inhale, halfway lift, pause here. Shift your weight slightly forward into the balls of the feet so the heels get a little bit lighter. Spin the inner thighs towards the back of the room so you get an internal rotation. And then take your hands and just tap the rib cage and pull everything in so the core is engaged. You'll take your hands behind the head now, interlacing the fingers, lifting the elbows up towards the sky, like up dog in the upper back. Find that core activation. Shift your weight forward, the gaze goes forward, and breathe. Engaging all the postural muscles to give you a healthy spine, strong core. Take one more breath here. And then exhale and fold forward. So nice. Plant your hands and step your feet to the back of your mat, coming into a plank position. Making sure the shoulders are stacked right over the wrists so that you're using the strength and the alignment of your bones. Pull the heels back as you reach the sternum forward. Take another breath in, and then exhale, drop your knees. Keep your toes tucked, the knees on the ground. You'll arch in the low back, lifting the sit bones up, and then dive your chest down. Dive the chest down, so knees, chest, and chin on the mat. Untuck the toes and roll forward onto your belly. Take your fingertips and tent them onto the floor next to your mat, so way wider than the shoulders. As you inhale, you'll lift the chest through center. Exhale, dip the right shoulder and look over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch, dropping the left shoulder, looking to the right. Inhale, center, one more each side. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Come back through center, lift the chest, and then lower all the way down, hands underneath the shoulders, and press back to child's pose. Feel the space between the eyebrows, press into the ground. Take one breath here, one grounding breath to come back to yourself. Exhale everything out. As you inhale, come forward to hands and knees. Tabletop position. Again, shoulders stacked right over the wrists. The first finger is pointing straight forward. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, round like a hissing cat. Two more. Deep breath in, look up, stretch the throat. And exhale, round belly button to spine. Last time, inhale, pull the chest through the gates of the arms. Exhale, spread the back body. Come back to center, find neutral. Still a little awareness of the core, just like when we did that half lift a few moments ago. From here, extend your right leg straight back behind you. The heel is pressing back, the toes are pointing down. Come onto your left fingertips and extend the left arm forward. Find as much length as you can here, and then we'll do 5 little pulses to lift. Up, up, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Now kick the right leg back, reach the left arm forward. This time bend the back knee, reach your left hand back. Try to capture the pinky side edge of your back foot, and then kick your foot into your hand to find that lift. So you're working on your balance, your core is stabilizing you, you're opening up the chest, getting a back bend, working the quadricep. Take one more breath in. Without slingshotting, exhale, release, set the hand down, set the knee down. Second side, extend your left leg back. Make sure that lower belly is lifting, and then you can start on the right fingertips. Eventually the right arm will reach forward. Take a breath in here, and then we'll do our 5 little pulses. Lift up, up, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Reach forward, reach back. Find your stabilization. Bend the back knee. Reach for the pinky side edge of the foot. And then kick your foot into your hand. You can look straight down. You can look ahead of you, or even over your back shoulder. Play around with your gaze. It will play with your balance a little bit. If you fall, just come back. Take one more breath in. Lift a little higher. And with control, gently release. Set the hand down. Set the knee down. We'll do a few hip circles. Taking the hips all the way to the right, forward, to the left, and back. And then switching direction. As big of circles as you can. And then come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes. Round your upper back so you're in cat pose. Engaging the serratus, the lats. And then you'll just hover your knees an inch or so off the ground. Make sure the shoulders didn't slide back. They're stacked over the wrists. And then pull everything into that midline that we defined with the breath. Take one more inhale here. Remind yourself how strong, how capable you are. And then as you exhale, keep the knees bent as you lift the hips for downward facing dog. In this first down dog, I want you to move around a little bit. Pedal the feet, bend the knees. You can come up onto the tiptoes. Make sure the neck is relaxed. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Keep the toes pointing down, just like when you were on hands and knees. And as you exhale, pull the right knee forward, tapping your nose. Give yourself a little Eskimo kiss. Inhale, lift the leg up and back. And then exhale, step your foot forward between your hands. You can always use blocks in your home practice, placing them under your hands. Release the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Grab a hold of your opposite elbows, creating a frame for your beautiful face, and then push down to lift up. Pull the right hip back and start to lift the gaze. Breathe in, breathe out. Extend the arms out wide, and then you're going to twist to your right. Looking over the back shoulder, release the right hand to the left thigh and send the left arm overhead as you bend into the right knee, creating an arc through the whole left side of the body. You can play with the gaze, maybe even close the eyes. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, left hand comes down. Bring your right hand to your right hip, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step to a side plank. Stacking the feet, you can always place one foot in front of the other for more stability. Lift the right arm up. You can play with your gaze here, maybe starting to look up. And then slowly come back through plank pose. You can always drop your knees, otherwise lower through chaturanga. Inhale for your up dog, shoulders back. Exhale, hips lift you back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in here just to reset. Big exhale. Inhale, send the left leg up and back, extending through the heel, the toes point down, the hips are square. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend and lift. Exhale, step your foot closer to your left hand. Release the back knee to the ground. Untuck the toes. Inhale, the arms lift. The inhales have this elevation, this lightness to the quality, so you want to follow the breath. Grab the elbows and then grab the opposite elbows so the non-dominant forearm is on top. Press down to lift up and then find your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Take the arms out wide and then twist to your left, extending through the fingertips. You can even look over your left shoulder. Release the back hand down. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Breathe into the right side of the body, the right hip flexor. One last breath in. And then exhale, right hand down. Make sure to stack the shoulder over the wrist for that stability. Lift the back knee up. You can place the left hand to the hip and then slowly step your left foot on top of the right. Modify however you need to. You can also always bring one knee down. This is your practice. You tune into your own body and make it feel as good as you can. The left arm will lift, and you can play with your gaze. You might fall out of it. That's okay. It's all a part of the practice. And then release back through plank. Find your center. Find your stability in the core, working the whole body. Take a deep breath in. Option to drop the knees or not. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, rolling to the tops of the feet for up dog. And exhale, pressing back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose. This time you're going to flutter your lips and exhale. From downward facing dog, come up onto your tiptoes, look forward. You can step or take a little hop up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees. You can keep your feet together or hips distance. Reach the arms overhead for your chair pose. Grab your hips and notice if you're just sticking your butt out. Tuck the tailbone so you're engaging those lower abdominals. And then reach the arms up. Take a breath in here. And we're going to go side to side a little bit. As you exhale, twist open to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Sit a little lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more each side. Sit even lower. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to center. Good. Hands to heart. Stay with it. Come up onto your tiptoes. This is a challenging part of practice where you get to use these tools, the breath, staying steady, staying calm, even in the face of a challenge. You use this practice so that when you go out into life and things are challenging, you've already been there, you've already done it. You can come back to the breath. Sit a little lower. Embrace any shaking. Sit a little lower. Breathe. Sit a little lower. Lift the heels a little higher. Good. And then come all the way down into your toe balance. You can kind of play with the distribution of weight. You can play with the distribution of weight, letting the knees release towards the floor a little so that you can lift the chest a little higher. Find your focal point, something to fix your gaze upon, your drishti. And then once you feel stable, you can take the arms overhead. And you can even try closing your eyes. If you fall, go towards the butt. It's a little cushier than the knees. Open the eyes, release the hands, and straighten the legs for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. You can step or jump back, take a vinyasa or not, or meet back in downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up as you inhale. Step your foot forward between your hands as you exhale. Spin the back heel down and pivot yourself over to the left so that you're in a wide-legged forward fold, facing the center of your mat. Turn the toes slightly in, and then inhale, Lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold. Stay on the fingertips. Start to bend the right knee and then the left knee. You can keep the hips up this high, or eventually you can start to lower them down as the body responds to this practice. A few more times, side to side, coming into Skandasana. Nice little side lunge. Beautiful. And then come right back to center. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Options here. You can stay right where you're at. You can grab the ankles or the big toes. You can take a variation like we did earlier with the arms overhead and releasing the fingers. This is an intuitive practice where you tune into your own body and ask yourself what you need right now. It's most likely going to be different every time you step onto your mat, so we practice non-attachment. Take breath in and out. Slowly release the hands down, and then walk your hands back to the front of your mat and release the back knee down. Inhale, circle the right arm overhead. Reach your hand towards the back of the mat. You might just stay here, or you can bend the back knee. If you can catch the foot, that's where we're heading. If you're close but not quite, you can practice lifting and lowering that back leg. If you have the back foot, grab it, and then practice both, pulling your heel in towards your butt, and then kicking your foot back in towards your hand. Just noticing the difference. Feeling all the feels, taking deep breaths into all the sensation. Take one more breath in here, and then gently release. Straighten out the front leg. You can walk the right foot back through center a little bit. Inhale, lengthen out the spine. And exhale, fold any amount. You can also put your hands on blocks if the hamstrings are a little bit tight. Take one more breath. Rebend your front knee and step back to downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up and step it between the hands. Release the back knee to the ground, untucking the toes. Circle the left arm overhead, reaching for the back of the room. And one side might be different than the other. Practice lifting and lowering the foot. And then grabbing the pinky side edge of the foot, if you have it, and breathing into that quadricep, the hip flexor, front of the right thigh. Kick your foot back into your hand. And then pull it, the heel in towards you. Take another breath here. And then gently release. Square your chest up to the front of the room, front of the mat, and straighten the front leg. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, try and fold right at that hip crease. So the belly button touches the thigh, and then the chest folds over the knee, and then your chin reaches the shin. Inhale, and exhale. Rebend your front knee, and you're going to make your way onto your back. So, any way that feels most comfortable to get there. Meeting on your back. And drawing your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Feel the ground beneath you. Come back to your breath. Keep your right knee into your chest. Straightening the left leg out onto the ground. Pull the right knee up towards the right shoulder. Extend your right hand out to the right with the palm facing up. Take a breath in to prepare. And then as you exhale, twisting, drawing the right knee across the body over to the left and looking out past the right shoulder. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Breathe in, breathe out. Unhinge your jaw and use your next breath in to lift the right leg back through center, drawing your left knee in to meet the right. Release the right leg, keeping the left knee into the chest. Extend your left arm out to the left. You can always bend the elbow if you don't have the space. As you exhale, you'll draw the left knee over to the right. Spinal crack. Extend the gaze out past the left shoulder. And again, relax the body, moving towards full surrender. Take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to center as you inhale. Bring your knees into your chest. Give a big squeeze. Wrap yourself up in a warm and loving embrace for taking this time to nurture yourself, to move your body, and to breathe and to be present. Give yourself a big hug and slowly release all the way out into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Taking the time to set yourself up so that you can lie here in stillness. Extend your heels forward and allow the feet to fall away from one another. Releasing the weight of your hands, the backs of the hands into the ground. Feel the shoulders relax. Feel the jaw unhinge. Your tongue melt to the back of the throat. Relax the cheeks. Allow the eyes to sink to the backs of their sockets. And feel a widening across your peripheral vision. Full body breath in through the nose, through the soles of the feet, through the center of the palms, through the crown of the head. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, sigh the breath out. Give your body these next few moments to rest, integrate this practice, and to simply be here now. You're more than welcome to stay in Shavasana for however long you like. You can even listen to a guided meditation or body scan to complete this practice. And if you're ready to reawaken, then on your next inhale, stretch your arms overhead and your legs out in front of you, getting that full body stretch in. And exhale, relax. Keep your eyes closed and pull the knees into the chest, rolling over onto one side. As effortlessly as possible, pressing yourself up to a seat. Feeling your sit bones ground down, that lift in the back of the skull. Bring your palms together in front of your heart, honoring and acknowledging yourself for making this time to practice.
Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. Namaste.